Welcome back to the History Club podcast.
We are so excited to be back with another episode. Please welcome Rena to the podcast.
Yay, Rena.
Cheer.
Yes, please clap. Please call us below. Please
Jeb
call below
Bush,
clapping
please
emoji.
clap.
Yes, please clap. I'm very excited for this episode.
Yes.
What episode is it, Owen?
We're so far in, I think, are we at like 37?
I was going to say 36, but
37.
we're nearing 40.
Yes, very
36
close.
or 37.
Do you have a
Whatever it
preference?
may be.
Yeah.
I'm more of a 7, so I'd say
Okay.
37.
Okay, we're hoping
That's-
it's 37,
yeah.
but
36, 37.
Yeah.
if it's 36, you know.
Then,
Yeah.
just count it as 37.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just pretend.
Just pretend for now.
Just pretend. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this your first time on a podcast?
It is, actually. So I'm kind of excited.
Oh.
I'm excited for my digital footprint to be expanded upon.
Yes.
And
we love.
you're a viewer of the podcast.
I
which
am,
we
yes.
appreciate.
Yes.
Episode 30, something with Will or with Will D. Check it out.
Yes. Will
Yes,
D.
Will D. Yes.
Will D and Ronan.
Yes, check it out. All right,
Yes.
should we get into things?
I think we should.
All right, you want to lead it off?
Yeah. I wanted to start off by talking about your involvement because you're involved in so many things. So many things. I first wanted to talk about mock trial.
Yes.
And I have not had the opportunity to interact with mock trial like very closely. So I wanted to get from the source why you should be interested in mock trial.
Well, if you're interested in litigation, or I would say like American law, then that's really what it is, mock trial. Like it's not a real trial, it's mock. So, yeah. So if you're interested, and also if you're interested in theater as well, you can be a character. And I've worn a few wigs myself as a witness. So yeah, it taps into a lot of different interests. So acting and law, that's your thing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so you can be a witness. What other positions do you hold when you're on a mock trial?
You can be a witness or you can be an attorney, and the attorney role divides into if you're giving the opening statement, if you're the middle attorney, or if you're the closer attorney. And for witnesses, there's multiple character types. There's the character witness, which is the fun ones. There's the expert witnesses, which are the smart, kind of boring ones. And then there's the defendant or the plaintiff. That's just, you're the one being taken to court or you're taking someone to court. And then there's the emotional ones. That means you have to learn how to cry or use a tear stick. So yes, yeah, it's pretty fun and it's pretty interesting.
Yes.
Which one of those witnesses is your favorite to play?
The character witness. That is the most fun because that's what I wear all the wigs for. I throw in all these fun jokes and everything. I can really say whatever. And if something doesn't make sense to me, it's okay to pretend to not understand because I have no credibility to begin with. So, yeah.
Do you have a favorite case that you've done on mock trial?
Ooh, it was last year's case. It was usually the cases are based, it closely resembles something. This year was on a reality TV show, which should have been my favorite. It had a few flaws. But last year, it was that book, Murder on the Orient Express, but then mixed with Knives Out.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was a civil case, so it was based off of money, which I think is more enjoyable.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, some rich guy, he got murdered on a train, but he knew everyone that was on the train.
Oh.
And so really everyone could have killed him, but it was his two kids. One was taking the other to court because of the Slayer statute, where it's if you murder someone and you're in their will, then you're erased from that. So you had to prove if that sibling, did commit the crime or not, and to see if they would win all the money.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty.
That's interesting.
It was actually so fun, and then the other 2 years I did mock trial. I was like, okay, whatever. So yeah.
And how have the skills from mock trial reached into your efforts in other clubs and your efforts in school?
I would definitely say public speaking is the biggest thing. And then also because everything you do is really uncomfortable in mock trial. Like the characters I play, a lot of from being really high energy to really low energy as well. I'm definitely, not both of those things. I feel like a good in the middle. And so just playing a character that's really out of your comfort zone has made doing other things that could be pretty uncomfortable pretty normal, because you kind of get over that anxious feeling. I'm like, I have to wear a pink 40-inch wig in front of people. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And so are you the same characters when you get a trial? Are you always the witness or?
Yeah, so each year the organization that we are under, the American Mock Trial Association, or AMTA, they write a case for that entire year. And so you'll have the same case for a full school year. The case will change throughout the year because if one side is winning more, they want to even the playing field. But for the most part, you'll play the same character throughout the year.
Yeah.
However, though, when those case changes come out in December, things could get, disruptive, and you might have to play a different character, which was what happened to me this year. It was really sad. But
what happened?
They ruined my character.
No.
I was playing a reality TV show contestant or star, I would like to say, and they gave her a lot of credibility issues. And so I switched not only what witness I was playing, but then I was on the defense instead of the prosecution, which the prosecution is really nice. I like that more because the defense is so long. So yeah.
So does the team always play defense and prosecution?
Yes.
How does it, okay.
Yeah, you'll have a weekend of a tournament, and the first day you'll have 2 rounds, one on the prosecution, one on the defense, and then the next day it'll be one on the prosecution, one on the defense.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and each trial is 3 hours long. So it honestly is, I feel like it's not time wise, it's not much compared to IRC because we have these long conferences, but the thing is that for the most part you are sitting in utter silence. In this 3-hour round, I am only testifying for 15 minutes.
That's great.
And the remainder of it, I just have to sit completely silent.
And just look on?
Yeah,
wow.
Just listen. I've fallen asleep many times before. I've fallen asleep as a judge as well. So it's, it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And I think to move on from mock trial, you're also involved in the college Dems as well.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
My Shaylas. Yes.
What was the most fun that you ever had in the Dems, you'd say?
I have an answer, but for the sake of that, this isn't online.
Yeah.
I would say the most fun I actually had was this semester when we did hot takes debate. Because I was leading it, and then I also participated at one point in time just because I was so attached to the issue. It was about pineapple on pizza, which I'm very against. So that might be controversial, and I think that was so fun. People had really funny takes and everything, and to see everyone argue about it, it got pretty kind of heated, but tastefully so. So yeah, I'd say that was my favorite thing. Not necessarily the most rewarding because it didn't there were so many things I had to put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
But it was so much fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hear you guys had a capitalism
Yes.
Yeah.
That one was really good. I was the moderator for that, and it got kind of heated. They were throwing some jabs at each other, but it was really funny though. Shout out Sheepa for keeping me entertained day after day. And yeah, it was interesting to see that whole debate unfold and to hear the very compelling arguments from both sides.
Yes.
Yeah, especially from John.
John.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
or Will.
And shout out to Tommy as well.
Oh, shout out
Yeah.
to Tommy.
Tommy, our guest from our Hanukkah special.
Yes.
Where he was doing a lot of the heavy lifting when it came to the
He was, yeah.
Yes, Hanukkah special and Passover special.
Yes.
Teamed up for Team
Wow.
Capitalism.
Yes. Fascinating.
IRC takes on capitalism.
Yes. Shocker.
Yeah, and you guys are also very involved within the community when it comes to leading these protests and stuff like that. And I wanted to ask you what it's like to get to interact with all these big name politicians within our area, and just like how is it? How do I word this properly? To specifically get to know how to interact with these people that like you might have like a high opinion of where it comes to
Staying neutral.
yes.
Not causing a stir is always great. Very PR trained.
Yes.
But it's been great. There is pros and cons.
Mhm.
As if I feel like if you've ever interacted with a politician,
Yeah.
it's it can get kind of frustrating at times, but then it can also be really rewarding as well. I've met a lot of great politicians in the Lowell area. I've heard some bad interactions about some others, but I've never had any personal bad interactions with anyone. And it's been great because I feel like I come from a background that's so disconnected from like politics and everything, and like no one in my family's ever gone to college, so like meeting all these politicians, it's kind of like, whoa, like I've made it. So yeah, it's been very rewarding.
Yes. And College Stamps was also a club when I was a freshman that was kind of like not doing much, but now it's kind of a big dog on campus.
Yeah.
I think. How has it been growing the club?
Yeah, it's the love of the game. It's been, I mean, my co-president Sabine, she truly is the one that revived the club last academic year. In this, like we were doing that process in the fall, and we started in the spring, and she is just so passionate. I feel like a big thing that the Democrats lack is the publicity. So she really knows what to do to like get people's attention on the club, like collaborating on Instagram, doing like a capitalism versus socialism debate.
Yes.
And I'm just really the oil that keeps the machine running. I'm making sure everything's happening. I'm making sure people are tabling, getting the message out. So she's really the big idea, and I'm the getting it done,
Provider. Yeah.
So, but having like such a committed executive board has like everyone so passionate in everything. So that's really been great. And like to see all of my like executive board go on to like, do so much like personal success. It's very rewarding.
Yeah.
My Shayla's.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout them out.
Shiva.
Oh yeah, Shiva, Sabine, my goats.
Yes. And you've also been a part of, you've traveled as well to DC for governmental work as well.
Yes.
Through the Tomodachi Initiative.
Yes! Oh my God, that was so fun. Do you want me to talk about that?
Yes, please do. Please do.
Yes, that was so fun. I did the Washington Center over the summer, which I would recommend. If you don't like the heat, definitely don't do it over the summer. That was like extremely brutal. And there was no ocean or lake or whatever. So don't go in the summer if you can't handle the heat. But at the end of the summer, I applied for this 2-week program called under the Tomodachi Initiative. The program was called Building the Tomodachi Generation, and it was about, there were 6 American students, there was 9 Japanese students, all from different schools in Japan, and we stayed at the Washington Center for 2 weeks extra. And the first week we were meeting with all these different professionals. We met people from Morgan Stanley, we met people from like the mayor office in DC, focusing on all different things like comms, business, setting up a nonprofit. That was the main goal, was designing our own nonprofit. And we went to all different places. We went to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. We went to the Capitol building. We went to all these different nonprofits in the area. And then the second week is when we were designing our own nonprofit. And each group was 2 American students and 3 Japanese students. And it was so exciting. My fake nonprofit, it's not real. It was called STEMinist, and it was like an after-school program to get girls to join STEM fields. And it was based in Japan, so we had to think about all these different factors that aren't necessarily like here in America, like the big after-school culture in your studies, not in college. That was one thing we had to focus on. They have to choose between like 2 different things in like their junior and senior year, I guess, like Bunkei and Rikei. And Rikei is like STEM studies. Bunkei is like humanities studies. So it's like, how can we target them before they have to choose so they're set up for success going into it, you know? But my team won, so shout out them.
Shout out STEMinist.
Yeah, shout out STEMinist.
Yes, shout out STEMinist.
Yeah.
And you put in a lot of work, I remember you telling me, when it came to creating the branding for it. Yeah, that's kind of my specialty, I feel, is marketing and comms, my side hustle. And I feel like the success to really anything is publicity. We're in the age of media, so it's especially prevalent. We made like a whole fake Instagram. We made a whole website. We made multiple different reels, and we showed the judges and everything. So it was honestly, that was the most fun part I had, and it paid off, so that was great.
STEMinist.
Yeah, let's go STEMinist. Let's go STEMinist.
Yeah, we'll make it real. You also worked at the Washington Center, you mentioned.
Yes.
What did you do when you were there? What was your internship?
Yes, so I was at a think tank called the BIED Society, or BEAD, but I always say BIED, and I was an international weapons law specialist. Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, it was like the first thing I got to do that was related to what I wanted to work in, international law. So yeah, it was fun. It was exciting. I connected with a lot of different people on LinkedIn, so that was great.
That's what's important, building the LinkedIn.
Yes. I'm connected with some crazy people on there, so.
Aren't they all?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they are.
And you're very familiar with the DC area. If I was in DC, what food spots should I go to check out?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Don't go to, oh my goodness. There's like this like giant food hall. It was like Union Station or something. It was right near the Washington Center building. I wouldn't recommend that place if it wasn't that good. So that's one place not to go to.
Don't go there. Okay.
There's these 2 pizza places I would always go to while I was post happy hour, let's just say. It was We the Pizza and Wise Guy. The pizza there was so good, and specifically the garlic bread at Wise Guy was quite delicious. And then me and my friends would always go to Revolving Sushi as well, but that's a chain restaurant, Kura. So like, but no, I wasn't doing much eating in DC now that I think about it. It was, more so the happy hour, so that I took great use of. So yeah.
And then, if I may transition, we went to DC recently.
Yes.
For Model UN.
Yes.
Brand new to the club this year.
I know.
How has it been?
It's been so great. I wish. Like, this is one of I have 2 regrets. One regret was not being a history major. Sorry, poli-sci. I would double major. And then the second one was not doing Model UN or IRC sooner. I remember I went to the meeting my freshman year. Like, I went to a Thursday meeting, and I was like, we like did like a mock debate. I forget what it was. It was so interesting. But then I chose mock trial. So it was I had to choose between 2 loves. But I became polyamorous this semester, I guess. And I chose both. And it was great. It's been, because mock trial, it's a lot of litigation and like American law, but I want to do international law. And doing IRC and Model UN, it showed me, you know, I got to do a bit of international law in DC. I was like an advocate for the Arab Court of Justice, which is not real, but you know what?
We're gonna make it real. One
Exactly,
day.
exactly. One can only hope. One can only hope. And then going to Belgium was great. I've never left the country before. So going to Belgium, they had great food. And getting to learn a lot about IR, specifically getting to practice those skills. That is what I'm going to do, hopefully, in my professional career, was awesome.
Yes.
And when we went to Belgium, you also won an award in our committee for that.
That's true. UNODC hire me. Yes. Yeah, that was exciting.
Yes.
Representing Germany.
Yes.
So Deutschland, represent.
Yes.
And it was definitely challenging since it was my first ever time in a committee. And there was a little understanding the rules of procedure it was more so watch and learn kind of thing. So I wasn't the first to make a motion, but I was the last. So
and that's what matters.
That's exactly what matters. And a lot of it was very relevant too to what I want to do. We were talking about environmental crime and drug trafficking, and I want to work in international crime. So that was great. There were some challenges that came along with it, you know, learning how to be a delegate, learning how to communicate with others in that diplomatic setting. But, you know, it was awesome. I would love to do it again. I would love to be in a committee a second time to be better at the rules of procedure. So
the first year is always tough. You're getting accustomed to it, and then once you get to familiarize yourself with it, I feel like you get to know it better. And I saw you grew a lot when it came to like from day 1 to day 5.
Day 5. Wow.
That was a long conference.
It was a long. You just put that. Just gave my body like a muscle memory, like jolt. I was like, oh.
Yeah. In between, so you also did in DC, you did Court of Justice.
Yes.
Between that and like traditional Model UN, like, do you have a preference?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, very biased Arab Court of Justice.
Okay, yeah.
But that's just because that's just what I want to do. Like, it was very different. And especially since it was like European model UN or rules of procedure versus American too. So there were some differences, but thankfully Arab Court of Justice, there wasn't many rules of procedure at all. So that was great because it didn't require me to learn it really. So, but you know, being like Arab Court of Justice, like I gave, oh goodness, they changed the times, like a 15-minute opening statement and just me talking for 15 minutes straight. And then I got cross-examined by the people I was taking to court, and then by Turkey, and I was Iraq. And then I would give a cross-examination of them, and then I would do a closing statement, and then I would have to leave the room, and then all the justices would have to rule on it, and which was great because I got a break. So I got to leave and just hang around, do whatever I wanted because it was like 45 minutes to an hour. And then I got to be a justice as well, which was actually so much fun, like making the ruling and everything. I was making so many legal arguments for the sides in there, you know? So, yeah.
That's incredible.
It was so much fun. I wish I could do it again. I would do it I wish I could do that every weekend. So I'm not even kidding.
And you were also part of our regional conference as well, UML Month.
Yes.
What were your thoughts getting to lead the Model UN conference?
It was hard. Thank you, Owen, for being the head chair of that because there was many things that I was like, you know, like, how do I lead this? But it was really exciting seeing because I wasn't really involved in high school. So it's nice seeing all these high schoolers, like, you know, like debate these topics, represent these countries, like a skill that I just learned, getting to see high schoolers who have also like recently learned that as well too. It was really interesting. I had a lot of fun. and they debated my topic more, so that was more exciting. Sorry, Willow.
Sorry, Willow. Future podcast.
Future podcast guest.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we have to be on that together.
Yeah, we
After
gotta
you
make
do
that happen.
her solo, I want us to be together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so outside of the debates, you have a favorite like travel memory from Model UN for your semester now?
Ooh, okay. It would be going to Belgium, but when we were boarding the plane in the Netherlands was so interesting because like we had to take a shuttle out to like the area, and then getting off the shuttle, the air, it smelled like the beach and everything. It was a nice sunny day, and then I walk up on this plane. It's a tiny plane, and I got my second bag checked for free because it was European size, or it was American size carry-on and not European size carry-on. But like getting to go on this plane, like I kind of felt like a celebrity, like the way that they walk up on like their private jets. The second thing, though, would be the flight back home, because from the Netherlands to Boston, it was an 8-hour flight, and I slept 6 hours straight. So that was probably the best flight of my life. Yeah.
You get a lot of sleep on those flights. I feel like.
You do.
I don't, because I just don't sleep. I just watch movies the whole time.
I know, that's true, actually. That was another favorite travel memory of mine. Can I say?
Yeah.
When Stasha was sitting in front of me, and her, like, the remote for the TVs were on, like, your, what is it?
Like the
armrest. And she had it turned up. And me and Owen, mainly me, I was pressing the button. Owen was my eyes.
Yep.
We started going through like her movie selection, and we clicked a random movie for her to watch. And I think it was like 15 minutes in. Yeah. She was like, "What is this? Like, what am I watching?" So it was really, honestly, that was like a trolling experience that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah. Just a lot of fun travel memories.
You get to know these people a lot, I think.
And Stasha's movie preferences, and we didn't pick it. We didn't align with it.
It's a random horse movie.
So, yeah.
And also, you earlier mentioned that one of your regrets is not being a history major. And I wanted to specifically talk about your showing up at the interdisciplinary event that was held on our hypothetical campus recently.
Yes.
And I wanted to hear why you believe that Leviathan is the first science fiction novel.
Yes. So I was submitting this paper into an alleged hypothetical writing contest that my alleged hypothetical professor was doing for my hypothetical class for a hypothetical final. And I wanted to write something that really stood out. So I wrote that the Leviathan was one of the first science fiction works, and it was actually a cyborg state. So that was really interesting to take that perspective on, because I tied it to cybernetics as well, where it was like the Leviathan is sort of, it's this machine, and every little part of it is made up of like the magistrate, the people make up like this, it was like all these different, like Hobbes writes that each body part is just like a part of like our society, you know? And the way that he explains it too as well, it's like everyone must like the survival of the Leviathan is like everything to everyone. Everyone must serve this. Rebellion is bad. War is bad. Honestly, like independent thought is low-key bad. You know, you need to work. You need to work to preserve the Leviathan, and the Leviathan would do anything to suppress the rebellion, war, to ensure the survival of the Leviathan. And I connected it to this anime called Psychopaths and this movie called 2030, where it is the cyborg state, and it's that same thing. It's like the survival of the state, but at the cost of the people's like individuality, the cost of like, you know, controversy, I guess. And so I just think, you know, like I really shot it out there. Like I was like, yeah, no, first, it's a cyborg state. It's the first science fiction. It was honestly pretty fun to write and everything. I kind of felt like a mad scientist writing it because I don't agree with Hobbes's political structure, but it was interesting to, you know, analyze it and everything.
Yeah.
Yes. And what was it like presenting? Did that go well?
Oh, it was nerve-wracking because I didn't have a slideshow, which was something we could have done. I think it would have been interesting to do now looking back on it. But like I just wrote a script and I just explained it. And then some people were asking me questions that I was like, ooh, like I don't really know if I want to dip my toe into this or if I'm adequate enough to answer it. But it was honestly really fun being a panelist. I would love to do it again, especially for something that's so academic too. I feel like I didn't grow up like being academic. So now getting those opportunities to like do something like that, it's really great. It's fun.
Yeah. All right. We are back, and unfortunately, we are starting to move into our final segment of the podcast.
Yeah.
Very sad. Very sad. But first, of course, we need our question from last week's guest, Willem. He would like to know, if you had to go back to any historical period, but you have to stay there and live your life there, where would you go?
Man, I wouldn't go back to any of them. Oh, God. Yeah. Damn, that's a tricky question. Okay. Probably, like, it was never sweet for me, so that's like hard to think about. I mean, I'd say, because where would I have survived? It wouldn't be in Rome. It would not be anywhere during the Roman Empire. This is I would want to die before the Romans invaded the Etruscan area.
Okay,
I want to be with the Etruscans. I have a deep connection to them.
Okay.
Deep down, I'm like, that's right. They low-key were, like, they were doing fine.
Yeah.
And I miss them deeply every single day. So I would want to be with them, but before the Romans came. Yeah. That's a good pick.
That is pretty good.
And your question for next week's
Okay. If there was one historical figure that you could erase from history, I don't know, 1700s. Who would it be and why?
That's a good
This
question.
is actually perfectly catered.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's wonderful.
So erase, not kill, not whatever, just completely erase.
Yep. Good question.
Very good question.
Yeah.
All right, and now it is time for
rapid fire questions.
Me and Owen will ask 3 questions each. You can answer as rapidly or as not rapidly.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
take time.
Take your time. Owen, lead it off.
So I love to start off by asking the guests what your favorite book is that you've read in the past year.
Okay, I'm not a big reader, so
It's okay. There have been many who are not.
I'd say this might be a little bit more than a year past, but Killing of the Flower Moon. I think that's what. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Did I say that right? Right.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, I really liked that. That was honestly because I like reading books just for class. Like I like history books specifically, and that was more of like that was like not necessarily like a history like timeline book. It was more narrative, but I thought it was really interesting, like because it was something that I've never heard of too, especially to hear like this like Native American tribe who was living like so successly despite like being put in this terrible area of Oklahoma with no way to cultivate any land, but they got oil, and because they were able to keep the oil money because of certain deals they made with the American government, but then also to see how white people kind of disrupted that through a lot of different legal loopholes. and there was like essentially like serial killers, like multiple serial killers were just killing the Native Americans for like they were marrying them, killing them, remarrying, killing them to get their money. Yeah.
And they made that into a very good movie, I heard.
I haven't watched the movie because isn't Leonardo DiCaprio
I think
in it?
so, yeah.
I'd have to.
Scorsese movie, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Supper.
I need to watch it though.
It's a long movie, I heard.
I need to watch it because I read the book, and usually it's watch the movie, read the book for me. So I reversed it this time. So yeah.
All right. You are on the club volleyball team.
Yes.
What is that like? Tell us anything about, I don't know, playing volleyball.
It's
Being a student athlete.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't say student athlete. Student club athlete. It's been great, honestly. It's my only non-academic club. So good. And we go to around 3 to 4 tournaments a semester.
Ooh.
And we also travel. We go to nationals. We went to Kansas City this year. It was actually so much fun, shockingly, because it was in Missouri and Kansas /
Yeah.
So that was honestly great. It's a nice break from everything going on in my life. So
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you what your favorite history class has been that you've taken here.
Oh my God.
And why?
Oh wait, allegedly a professor in an alleged class, history of the Middle East and Islamic world. I took that hypothetically as a part 2 to a class with that same professor, Empire and Resistance in the Modern Middle East, hypothetically. But I knew a lot more going into the second class, and I knew nothing at all going into the first class. And that second class is where I wrote a paper that was actually like, when I wrote that paper, I was like, I should have been a dual major history and poli-sci.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a good pick. Yeah. So you mentioned earlier the food in Belgium was great. What was your favorite meal that you ate in Belgium?
I know exactly what it is.
Ooh.
It was this sandwich. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. It was to the likes of a mitraillette, and I would get lamb on it, and then there would be fries, and their spicy sauce was called samurai. And I don't know if that translates to spicy, but I would get that on top. It had like it was like a sub, but it was so good. And I got that, I think, out of all the days we were in there, I got it like half the time. They were actually so good. And it was good cold. So I would just sit there eating it through the night when I was staying up till like 2 a.m. doing work. So yeah, that was my favorite, like by far my favorite sandwich.
I think I remember you having that sandwich.
Yeah. It was so good. I'm not even kidding. I missed that more than like anything.
And then for my last rapid fire question, we just talked about movies. I know that you're interested in Letterboxd. I want to get your top 4 favorite films. I know this is very difficult.
Yeah, okay. Perfect Blue is one of them. Shoot. I'm trying to think of what I watched recently. Black Swan was pretty good. I have a funny pick, but I'll save that for once I'm done.
Okay.
Oh God, I'm trying to think of what I've watched. Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes Wide Shut was so good. That is actually number 1. I still think about that movie. And Coco.
Oh, that's a great poll.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and for my final rapid fire question, we learned earlier you are a passionate hater of pineapple on pizza. What is the perfect pizza topping?
Okay, jalapeno and pepperoni. That's all a woman like me needs. It's so good. There's meat, and then it's also spicy as well. So yeah, that's my go-to pizza order.
Really?
Yeah.
But white pie is really good as well. So that's a close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good picks.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much
you.
for coming on the podcast.
Yippee, yippee.
Yes. Any final words?
No.
You don't need to have any.
Thank you for having me, though.
Yay.
This was so exciting. That's my final word.
That was fun. Owen?
Wonderful to have you. And
thanks.
thank you for taking time out of your busy day.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
stop.
And congratulations on your
Yes.
induction to the Political Science Honor Society tonight.
Keep that tonight.
Yes,
Keep that
yes.
tonight.
Yes.
And all the awards that you got at the student awards ceremony.
Yes.
Oh, stop
yes.
it, stop
yes.
it,
Yes.
stop.
Congratulate her below.
Yes, please
Yes,
do.
Say, oh my God, Rena, you're so amazing and talented. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes,
Yeah,
please
say
do
that
that.
specifically.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much for watching the History Club podcast, and we will see you next week.
Yay!